This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. For more great podcasts, head over to bigheadsmedia.com. Hi there, folks, and welcome to Podcast The Origins, a podcast miniseries here on our pod, where we talk about the Gundam The Origin miniseries. I'm your host, Swanson. With me, as always, is my co-host and devious orchestrator of the rebellion, Snaremaster.
Hey, how is everyone? I'm so glad to see you all.
Wow,
and everyone here loves me.
I'm glad to see you. Remember high school?
Yes. Hey, is that a bus?
Huh? Wow. I almost got ran over by that bus.
Oh. Yeah, that would have been unfortunate, huh?
Yeah. Very. And with us, as always, of course, is our other friend and rich boy who's trying to show that he can make it in the military, Kyorain.
Oh, man. Oh, jeez. I don't know what to do, guys.
Hey, Kyo, just calm down. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay.
Why are you getting so close
Believe
to me?
in yourself, because I'm your friend.
Why are you pinning me against the wall?
This is what friends do, okay?
Why are you pressing your lips up to his lips?
I'm just pumping up. I'm just boosting his confidence.
Why are we kissing?
Just bros.
That is just bro stuff, true. Facts.
Yeah, well, I did want to be your roommate.
It's true.
Yeah, so welcome to our third edition here. We are watching the third movie in the 6-movie series. This one is titled Dawn of Rebellion.
Uh-oh.
And is this third movie better than The Godfather 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, it's pretty good. We'll get into the particulars of it in a second here, but first I want to ask you guys, how you feel about Gundams?
Look,
I wish.
Every minute I'm looking at the screen, I'm like, where are the Gundams?
I got bad news.
Uh-oh.
I don't think there's like one shot of you don't even get to see the Gundam. I don't think, except for the stinger scene of the last film.
All we get are mobile suits, mobile workers.
All we get is Zaku 1s and 2s. And a couple of gun cannons next movie, I think.
Oh my god. What a drought this is.
Yeah, we don't even get to see the ball.
This episode had no Gundams, no nude breasts. I don't know if I can...
No, I mean, you get to see Chara's chest.
Okay.
It's true. Yeah, you can see Char's chest and that V down in the corner. You get to see his V shape.
You know.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Because he works out, so he's got it all intact.
He's like the perfect man in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's like in a sense a Cell is perfect.
It's crazy what a sociopathic drive for revenge can accomplish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's also very good at basketball.
Yeah, he does play basketball in this, and the entire
Amazingly.
time... He does basketball great in this, and the entire time I was thinking...
Yes.
This would be better if it was set to Viper's This Is How I Ball.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about 8 Crazy Nights.
Oh.
Oh my god. Why would we...
That's what I was thinking the whole time.
Hey, Cha, you want to play some basketball?
Imagine Adam Sandler's there and he just completely dominates Char at basketball.
Oh my god.
While singing a shitty song about it.
I think you could slide Adam Sandler into the Gundam universe very easily, though.
Look, I could see Char adding the Sandlers to his revenge list.
It would literally just be Uncut Gems, except it's only 1 minute long.
If Char was... Okay, so... If Char was in Uncut Gems, obviously not even a movie. just like an event that transpires.
Yes. A news story that sweeps the nation. That shocks and appalls everyone.
But if Adam Sandler is in Gundam, that is a movie.
Yes. That would have been better than Pixels.
For sure, yeah.
It's not very hard to beat Pixels, for the record. Just want to put that out there.
I don't even think Adam Sandler would be like the worst Gundam pilot.
Yeah.
Compared to all like the protagonists there's been.
Oh, alright. Interesting. Would Char put up with Sandler?
No.
So how does Sandler make it through the ranks of getting murdered by Char?
Oh, maybe Char would just think that when Adam Sandler's talking about Zion, he's talking about Zion.
Oh, yeah.
Zion.
That's no good.
Wow, this guy's a real Space Noid patriot. I can use that.
Why don't you go fuck Char?
I'm thinking. I would imagine that. Despite that, Char would plan to have him killed in the first 10 minutes, but some wacky coincidences would keep him alive throughout the film.
Oh yeah, Chris Rock gets blown up instead.
Oh yeah, yes, fair. So what would happen essentially is that Char would be the standard like Adam Sandler bad guy.
Uh-huh.
Which now that I think about it, we watched a lot of Sandler movies for reasons that can't be discussed. But now that I think about it, the typical villain in a Sandler movie only really exists in his early films.
Yes.
There's no like bad guy in a lot of his later films.
Hubie Halloween is a noted exception, I think.
I guess there is a bad guy in that, but it's like so superfluous to the whole.
Wait. Who even was the bad guy in that? Because I don't remember.
Mom.
The mom?
That's what I mean.
She was going to burn everyone alive at the end. But
yeah, that was the big reveal, Kyo, is that the mom was the one doing all of this.
Okay, you can't call her the bad guy though, because like we're talking about
she's like the Aizen Sosuke.
When we're talking about the Sandler bad guy, we're talking about a presence,
like a rival
in the film.
of some sort who is like trying to steal his girl and make him humiliate him in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, ironically, Char gets his girl stolen.
Dang.
So I guess maybe Char is an Adam Sandler villain. So I guess we have Adam Sandler playing Amuro.
Yeah, Adam Sandler would just take Amuro's place.
Yes. Yeah, and they'd have to replace Lala since she's not a typical white woman.
So Char's counterattack
replace her with like Naomi Ryans or something.
So Char's counterattack, but with Adam Sandler in the role of Amuro. Better movie, or...
I wouldn't know because I'd be blowing my brains out if that happened.
All right. Well, yeah. I think we discussed enough about the possibilities of Sandler in the Gundam universe.
Never again.
Let's get back to Char. And apparently, according to the dub, it's not strictly pronounced Char. It's pronounced Char. Which is just crazy to me. That's nuts.
That's nuts, man.
Out of this world right here. Yeah, can you believe that?
Wow.
No.
But yeah, so there's two ways you can react to horrible trauma. The first
way, finding out that he's called Shaw.
No, the first way to react to horrible trauma is to be traumatized and debilitated by it. Mm-hmm. The second way is to develop, a sociopathic drive for vengeance. And
you mean like compartmentalizing all of your emotions and becoming addicted to adrenaline?
Yeah, and as a result, become extremely motivated and skilled in all endeavors, like Char here.
That's true. So we start off with a big old recap because you gotta remind the audience what happened like a year ago.
I mean,
the last film.
Recording this podcast, the last one was like a year ago.
Like
Hey-o.
2 weeks, but yeah. So yes, we get a whole big update here. Back over to where we left off. Char is with Char, as in the original Char, is with Edward.
Yes, they're at the airport.
Yeah, and
like 50 guys are following them.
Yeah, specifically focused on Edward.
Eduardo.
Double
D.
Edward concocts this scheme here where he is going to plant a gun in Char's suitcase and then convince him to switch their clothes. At which point he will board Char's flight and just sort of take over his life.
I think he had to have put the gun in before they got to the airport.
I guess so, but they did make a point of him looking at the suitcase as he left it there.
Yeah, either way, though, he was clearly aware that he was about to be assassinated, so he just like did a quick little switcheroo there, and oh boy,
guess what happened?
Yeah, yeah. There's this really cold bit. From Char.
The collateral damage here is off the charts.
Yeah, this is like, real Char gets Netflix's Narcos on this plane.
Yeah, it's not great. There's this real cold bit here from New Char, where he's old Char's leaving, and he's like, "All right, thank you for everything, bye." And the guard's like, "What a freak! Why is he saying goodbye like he's never going to see you again?" He's like, "Maybe he will never see me again."
He just has really energy during this sequence.
Yeah, and then a whole bunch of people get blown up just to kill this one guy who isn't even the guy.
And this could have been avoided if Cecilia hadn't, used minimum wage workers.
Very true.
Like, if these guys had been paid $15 an hour, maybe one of them would have said, "Hey, there's a guy who looks just like him accompanying him."
Yeah, exactly. This is what happens when you do the bare minimum for your employees. This is what capitalism does to people.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they just made the assumption that this guy who already like assaulted one of their tailors didn't know that they were gonna kill him. So they're just like, they're just let's take this at face value here.
Yeah, very very uninterested. With whoever this other dude is, they're only interested in Edward, who is dead now.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of people get blown up. Later,
hundreds are dead.
Yeah. Later, we get this military. Giran is doing this huge Nazi speech.
Yeah.
Just really, really rallying up the troops.
And they couldn't care less about this.
Well,
which is weird because he's supposed to be a Hitler analog, but he's clearly not giving a good speech in here.
They're all just like, yeah, whatever, man, who cares? And this entire time, this dude next to Char is like, seeing you again, huh? Looks like we're roommates and stuff. It's good. It's like good old times, huh, pal?
And he makes no effort to act like the real Char.
I really love that he gets this identity and he is just like, I'm changing nothing about myself.
That's not my job.
Everyone else will just have to assume I am the same person. And if they find out, don't worry, I'll handle it.
Just imagine, like, one day you come to record the podcast and you're like, "Hey, Keo, how you doing?" I'm like, "I think I'm doing fine today."
Your voice is just completely different and way smoother.
But also, you still showed up for the podcast.
Yeah.
And you're wearing sunglasses.
I can't hear you over my sunglasses.
They're like, "Man, why is he wearing those now?"
Why do I feel this intense pressure coming from him?
Yeah. He explains that the reason he got around being able to wear these sunglasses so no one notices that he has different eye color is that he says he got exposed to gamma rays. Is that right?
I think he just got a fake diagnosis.
Well, yeah, but that's what the diagnosis is, right?
Yes. He has sensitive retinas.
Yeah, from cosmic rays getting in his eyeballs.
Yeah. So they're like, all right, guess you gotta wear those then, huh, pal? So there's this bit here where what's this guy's name? Who's Char's roommate?
I don't remember.
Let's
just call him Dead Meat.
Yeah, so Dead Meat later is like, yeah, it looks like we're gonna be roommates and stuff, huh, buddy? And Char's like, I don't care.
His name is Lino Fernandez.
Okay, so Lino.
Lino.
Lino? I don't know.
No, I'm laughing
it's Leno.
at the name.
It's Jay Leno.
It's
Hey, Char, look at this. Hey, Char, take a look at that.
It's President of Paraguay, Lenin Moreno.
Hey, Char, let's spend 10 minutes making fun of a woman.
Hey, Char. Hey, Char, you heard about that Monica Lewinsky? Hey, Char.
Hey, you want to hang out in my garage? Let's have sex with this car.
Hey, Char, look
I built
at this.
it myself.
It's me hanging out with Judge Lancito. Anyway, so, yeah, we get introduced to Garma. Well, reintroduced, I guess. He was a little younger last time we saw him. Yeah. And the Leno is like, hey, listen, man, look at that. That's Garma.
Look at that twink. I bet he would be so easy to obliterate.
I bet he'd be so easy to push up against a wall and kiss.
What a homo.
And Char's like, something to think about. And Garma gives a speech where he does a literal Nazi salute at the end. Something to think about. And so then we get the moment that Stairmaster had already mentioned where Char is just bawling on these fools. He's delivering straight buckets on them.
He is just excelling at every possible thing. It just,
fencing, sprinting.
And it's connected with Garma, who is also excelling, but is also excelling because he has a bunch of like people who are just like stumbling over their feet to like play basketball against him.
Yeah, and like guys just dragging themselves behind him.
Yeah,
while he's dying on the track.
He essentially has a bunch of he has his own entourage, but they're all Turtle from Entourage.
He's got every possible resource at his disposal, and Char is still just like easily dunking on him, literally.
Yeah. And it reaches a boiling point where he's doing this like huge equation, and he misses a part, and Char just from like the balcony is like, "Is it? Yeah, it's 4 squared." And he's just like, "Well," and the teacher's like, "He's right." So then Garma confronts him afterwards and is like, "You got a lot of nerve, pal." And one of Garma's like lackey friends makes the mistake of touching Char.
Grabbing him. Yeah, it's like that scene of Fist of the North Star where the guy's like, "I've learned Fist of the North Star. Time to die," and then explodes.
Yeah, Swanson, you're kind of mischaracterizing Garma here. He was like, "You made me look bad. Please apologize." And then his actual guys are like, "You better apologize, or we're gonna rough you up a little bit."
Yeah, and this one dude who looks sort of like Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho puts his hands on Char, and then like cue Kill Bill music was like, and he just gets mind fucked. And
is this a new type stuff, or is this just?
I don't know.
Char's
I think
intensity.
I can't tell.
I thought I thought he was doing some sort of like new type shit, but I don't know.
I don't think Char even realizes he's a new type until the end of Gundam. I'd have to check.
I don't know I don't think he's doing it on purpose either way. I think he's just like
subconscious for sure.
Yeah, he's just like staring this man down, and then that man literally like almost dies.
He
running
goes flying
backwards.
like he was like launched off.
Yeah, I think that was for dramatic effect.
I'm sure it was, but I don't know. That kind of effect just from Char looking at him, I don't know.
And then everyone's like,
no telekinesis at Gundam. That's one of the things they don't do.
Well, I didn't say it was telekinesis, but like that kind of psychological effect just from staring to have you just like go bolting off and stumbling away is like, I don't know, seems pretty powerful.
Yeah, and then Char is like, "You're right. I was maybe a little too pushy. Sorry." And then he leaves.
He doesn't like the most smarmy way possible.
Yeah,
I misunderstood. Sorry.
And then
best wishes.
Yeah, he leaves, and Garma's like, "Let's go collect my friend."
I have one thing to say though about Char's intensity. It would not launch me away; it would bring me closer. So
true.
It's true. Yeah. Well, this guy's aiming to hurt him, so his intensity probably would make you. If you were aiming to hurt him.
Yes.
Well, how would I aim to hurt Char?
There's plenty of good reasons.
Yeah, perhaps he kills a member of your family.
Perhaps he starts a war that kills half the human population.
Why would Char do an atrocity? I don't understand this.
Yeah, well, we might find out in due time. So yes, Jay Leno, meanwhile, notices Char with his glasses off and figures out that he's a different person. And that he holds on to that secret for 2 years. Like,
probably should have held on for it longer.
Well, yeah, he probably never should have mentioned it, but it's wild that this dude knows that this is a different person and then just sort of bides his time for 2 years.
Wait, is he his roommate for 2 years, or?
Yeah, I think so, right? Because Garma and him don't become friends until it switches.
I know at the end of the movie they're like second years or something like that.
Well, it specifically switches from UC 75 to UC 79 or UC 76.
Is this the scene where is the next scene the one with the Zaku, where Giran is like, "You're canceled"?
Yes. Yeah, immediately after Jay Leno finds out that he is not the man he says he is.
Has a literal panic attack.
Yeah. We cut to
the
Giran
Dark Colony
being like, "We're shutting this down." And cut.
He has a fair reason, I guess. Like, the suit they got is like very clunky, and it has this huge tank on the back.
And he's like, "It stinks."
It stinks.
And Degwin, or not Degwin, Dozle is not happy. Enter Monofsky. This guy shows up, Professor Monofsky, and he is like, "Listen, you have all the right to be mad, Giran, but perhaps I can convince you."
What if I showed you this MacGuffin?
Yes.
That allows the show to happen.
We have magical particles, my friend.
And you can tell that they're good particles because they're named after me, Monofsky. So anyway, this Einstein, if he stayed working for the Nazis, angle is he pretty much just explains that this is how Gundams work, and Giran's like, "Impressive. All right, Degwin. You get to, or Dozle, you get to keep your shit together for a year."
Apparently there's something going on politically.
Yeah, he says the winds of the political winds are changing. And
no explanation of what that means.
Yeah, and apparently whatever those winds are, they took about 2+ years to change.
Mm-hmm. Also, we get to see a cool promotional film of Zaku just destroying this ship.
Yeah. Yeah, how do you think he made those promotional films?
Pixar.
I think yes.
Oh, Pixar's in the warmongering business now? Yeah.
I think they got Sunrise to do this.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense, probably.
Yeah, I think this is the only time we get to see a Zaku 1 do anything cool.
Damn. Well, better luck next time. And, so they begin all that. Meanwhile, 2 years have passed. Char is doing his best in the academy. Yeah. Literally, he's like the number one student. They're doing this thing here where they're sort of scaling a mountain. That's what they're doing, right? And Char is way ahead of the pack.
Yeah, they're scaling a mountain, going through rough terrain, wearing like an excessive amount of gear, like a giant backpack.
Stuff you would have to do on Earth.
Yes.
And
not
a space colony.
Interesting about that. So he keeps he's way ahead of them, and then not too far behind him is Garma.
Yes, in second place.
Yeah.
Garma's really pushing himself to try to not suck compared to Char.
Yes. Char, it starts raining, and Char's in this like dry area, and Garma's just petulantly lying out in the rain.
And he's like, "Why don't you join me over here? It's nice and dry. And a pampered little boy like you can't handle that."
Yes.
It'd be so bad. Imagine if you got a cold.
I'm starting to think that Char really loves negging people. He's
basically built for it.
He's got a body built for negging. Yeah. He pretends to be sleeping, and Garma goes out ahead of him, and Char is like, Char is such a bastard.
Oh, yeah, it's raining, so the rocks are all slippery. So we know the moment he starts walking on those cliff sides, he's gonna fall.
And apparently Char knows this too.
Yeah, the instructors know it too. That's what they told them to do.
Yeah, that's why they ordered them to stop, because it was way too dangerous to try to walk in those conditions.
Also, that's part of the exercise, is surviving in the rain.
Is Char betting on him just falling and breaking his leg or something so he can look better, or is he just like, this is a happy accident?
He definitely was manipulating him.
I think Char would just like, let's see what happens here.
Yeah, because it's hard to get a read on if Char is manipulating Garma throughout this entire thing, or just at a certain point.
I'm pretty sure he was manipulating him. It was a no-lose situation for him. Even if Garma succeeded, like, what does he care if he got second place? He wasn't actually, like, that invested in it like Garma was.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, he could own Garma by being like, great job. And Garma would just be like, what would Garma do? Nothing.
So,
he would have, like, one moment of success before he just immediately gets dunked on again. And Garma has a slip, he has a fall.
Yeah.
And Char goes to figure out if he's dead or not.
This is a classic scene.
Yeah, we get this amazing display of self-loathing from Garma here.
I feel sorry for him.
Where he's just like, I'm a disgrace, just leave me here to die. Actually, in fact, why don't you murder me yourself?
And then Char pulls out a knife. And the music immediately gets tense.
And he's like, wait, whoa, hey, whoa,
and then Char, like, grabs a wooden branch and carves that into a spear.
It's like, hey, whoa, you can't trust what I say when I'm self-loathing, man.
But no, he's just setting up a canvas tent.
Yeah, he's like, here's your palace.
But he does pause for a while before doing that.
Yeah, and
he also doesn't say what he's going to do first, so...
Yeah, I think he was considering whether or not he can make it look like an accident.
So, yeah, he sets up a little tent for him. He's like, yeah, welcome, here's your palace, you little rich boy. And then he helps him along to the finish line. So everyone's like, whoa, Char and Garma are real good pals. And then cue a bit here where Jay Leno's like, hey, looks like I'm going to go move into my own garage there.
Oh, looks like I'm moving to Seattle in an apartment with 2 eligible ladies.
And he's like,
oh, miss you, Leno.
Yeah, he's like, listen, I'm giving my slot to Garma here, but don't worry, I'm going to take it back in a little bit. And yeah, so Garma comes in and he's like, yeah, I asked for you to be my roommate. And Char, being the absolute bastard that he is just like, only spoiled rich kids get to do that kind of thing.
Also, Char is nude in this scene. He's only wearing a towel. He just came out of the shower.
It's true, so and Garma seems to not mind.
Yeah, he's like, Garma, that's fine. We're gonna be roommates now, buddy, rich boy.
And then Char's like, oh no, my tail's slipping.
If we're gonna be roommates, that means you're gonna have to see all of me.
We're gonna have to get to know each other.
He just takes off his towel,
and it's like, and then the music it's like, cha.
Well, there is that scene from Gundam that you showed us where Garma is literally talking to Char as he's showering.
Yes.
So they clearly have a history of this situation.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we cut for the only appearance in this movie of Artasia, who is just absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
She thinks her brother is also dead.
But not really.
Well, but she thinks there's no way she doesn't think he's dead.
She thinks he's dead, but she said she doesn't feel it.
She thinks there's like an 80% chance he's dead.
Yeah. And she's talking with...
the father of, Roger Aznable.
Yeah, so it's doubly heartbreaking because he's like, yeah, my son's pretty much dead to me since he joined the military.
It's crazy the difference you can get out of getting just a little bit of motherly love versus none.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost like that's a theme of Gundam.
Also, so Roger, provided that nothing terrible happens to Roger here, so he's just like, the entire time the war is going on, he's just like, my son is the biggest war criminal.
My son's like the best pilot.
But also he's a war criminal.
Well, he doesn't do any of the war crimes during the first Gundam. That's more of later.
I guess.
I think.
Is he just like a good boy secret traitor during
No.
the first Gundam? No?
He's kind of an asshole.
When
I don't know if you
I
know
say
that.
good boy, I mean like he does the
I would
army's
say-
bidding, except for when
Yes.
he kills a couple guys.
Yes, pretty much. But I don't think he blows up any colonies on his own during the first Xi'an War.
Okay.
But in the
Except
second
for in
one,
the movie where he sets off a nuke in Texas Colony.
oh,
Yikes.
But by that point, it's already depopulated, so don't worry.
oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
He was just trying to kill Amuro.
Nah, that's all. Just Amuro.
Just trying to kill Adam Sandler. This is all. So yeah, cut back. They're hanging out. Char and Garma have become pretty much best friends at this point.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, what happens here? This is where the
Is
crash
this where the
happens, right?
Yeah, the Federation ship crashes.
Yeah.
And like the most extravagant, like that scene in Dragon Ball Z where Yamcha's being murdered by Dr. Gero and that trucker comes along. He's like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, like
It
this could have been
crashes the
so
gas
easily
station.
avoided if this dude had just listened.
Yeah. So this Federation ship is coming into the Xi'an port, but there's another ship exiting, and it's a spaceport. There's a tunnel into the hangar, so they can't both go through.
Yeah.
But the Federation ship insists that it has right of way, even though that's not how space maritime law works. And swerves out of the way of this passenger freighter and like nicks its engine on the side of this colony, and that causes it to explode and this rocket wildly out of control.
I do kind of love that this dude's final words are, "I'm going to tell the Federation about this." As far as we can tell, those are the last words he ever says.
That's
Do you
the
think the
equivalent.
Federation found out?
That's the equivalent of I'm telling mom.
And then you just get murdered.
I'm contacting your manager.
Yeah,
So
brutal.
yeah, it crashes into this part of the colony, and you just see a bunch of tomatoes floating into space on fire.
Yes.
Sad music plays.
An entire agricultural block just gets decimated. Millions of people, well, not millions, but probably like 1,000 maybe.
A million.
1 million people died.
I mean,
By the end of it, probably, well, not 1 million, but by the end of it, thousands of people have died because of the rebellion.
1 million people are probably going hungry or having to tighten their belts.
Yeah. So this enrages the colonialists, or the colonists, why did I say it like that? This
Yes,
enrages
not the colonialists.
This enrages, no, yeah, the colonialists are the ones who start opening fire.
Just watching, and they're the ones who are like tugging on their bow ties, going, "Yeah."
So the Xeon colonists are pissed off, and this causes them to start protesting. Riots
Yeah,
break
and the
out when they start getting literally fired upon.
It literally becomes Syria.
Yeah. Giran is watching all of this, and his dad is like, Degwin's like, listen, you gotta pull back now, alright? We can't win against them if they decide to start anything. He's like, well, who's it say? He's like, much to think about. And his dad's like, don't be an idiot, Giran. If anything happened to Garma is there because he is essentially
Garma's really
a prisoner.
the military academy. Yeah, the military academy Garman's Charad is literally attached to a Federation base.
Yeah.
Because Xi'an isn't independent at this point.
And he's like, listen, there's nothing stopping them from easily overtaking that base if they wanted to. And if anything happens to Garma, I will never forgive you. Because he is the favorite.
He's like,
yes!
he's just like, I guess I can't say anything back to that.
There's literally nothing I can say negative about Garma. The perfect boy.
What a good boy. Honestly, guys.
The only one that was raised properly, as far as I can tell.
Well, yeah, because he's the only one who seemed to have any parental love.
Well,
Again, like you
Dozel.
said, a theme.
Well, Dozel's kind of got some love, but he's also kind of toxic.
I was going to say, I feel like Dozel mainly made up for his lack of parental love by becoming like the head of the military. His love is in Gundams. Or mobile suits, rather. So yes. They get wind of this. Char and Garma are watching this, and everyone around them is disgusted.
Oh yeah, they're literally on television, on national TV. You can see tanks blowing people up point blank range.
Yeah. This is when we get. This might have happened before. I can't remember the order of this, but there's the training sequence where they don't have the same resources as the Federation people.
Oh yeah, the war game.
Yeah, but Char leads an offensive anyway and manages to win.
Yeah.
Because they sneak attack them, take control of some stuff. It's
good. The Federation officer is very salty about it.
Yeah, they have this.
Oh, I guess it was okay.
They have this bit here. Char is. This is my favorite scene maybe in the whole thing, where this isn't a graduation ceremony, right? This is just like you guys did. No,
this is just the appraisal. Yeah.
So they're having this appraisal here, and he's like, "Yeah, everyone did good." And Char raises his hand, and he's like, and he's like, well, we don't normally take questions, but I'll allow it. And he's like, in that case, I'll ask
Disclaimer, he does not actually ask any questions here.
It's true. He makes two separate statements.
Yeah. So, he's like, hey, aren't you just practicing to massacre us with this war game?
And, like, Jay Leno's like, he said the quiet part out loud.
That's what we call mask off.
And he does take his mask off in a second here when he gets it slapped off of him, his visor.
Yeah.
So this is very smart on Char's part. This is essentially he's goading a fight with this commander so that he will do something against regulation against him and stoke the anger of everyone else.
Yeah.
It's very sneaky.
Yeah, this Federation guy, realizes he fucked up very quickly after he slaps Char.
And then literally everybody starts chanting for him to...
pick the glasses up. Put on the glasses! Put on the glasses!
Put his glasses back on his face and say you're sorry! And then he does it.
He hesitates for a long time until Garma speaks up.
If Garma hadn't intervened, I think that guy would have been, lynched.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, the guy does it, and he gets on his way.
He goes to the shame corner.
Yeah. So we get a bit here where Garma's clearly messed up about this situation that's going on here. He's
chanting to himself in sleep.
Yeah.
And Char just walks up to him and slides a coat over him to keep him warm.
Yeah, a good moment of friendship.
And there's not any ominous music while the camera pans at his face.
That was a kind of a strange sequence. I didn't know what to make of that.
They're just good friends.
Stare, let's get your official take on this right here, right now. Did Char ever actually care about Garma?
I think they fucked.
But does it mean that they...
That's not an answer to the question, Stare.
A little bit. Not enough to save him.
Yeah, I think that I think he had a soft spot for him.
I think Char's a little guy.
Well, but
my little dude.
Char is able to show that he cares about other people and throughout the series, right? And Gundam, he has a love interest that he legitimately cares about. Who gets spoilers?
It's kind of hard to tell with Char.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, putting the coat on him when he's sleeping, that's just... There's no manipulation going on there. It's just he actually wanted to.
Yeah. It's not like he's going to get anything out of that.
Well, except maybe some dick.
That is true.
So yeah, at a certain point here, Char comes up to Garma and he's like, "Listen, I have an idea. Let's stage a coup."
Oh yeah, this is important. We get a scene of them practicing small spacecraft piloting or something.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Operations.
They're cleaning up the salvage.
And that's where Char sees a robot.
Yeah.
The mobile worker.
That's right.
And I have a theory that this is the entire reason Char does the rebellion, because he sees that robot, and when Garma tells him that it's a secret military weapon, Char thinks to himself, "Man, it would be cool to pilot that in a war." And that's why the rest of the film happens.
And so he starts the flames of a war.
Yes.
All
Just
right.
to pilot a cool robot.
I mean, the way he looked, the look on his face was just like, man, I want that robot, like, really bad. Like, that's gonna be, I could kill a lot of people with that robot.
I could imagine all the zombies I could kill with that robot.
It would be very easy to.
Yeah.
From the established floor.
So, they see this huge Federation ship, and it's bringing like soldiers. Char uses this as a pretext for his little rebellion, where he's like, "Yeah, they're bringing soldiers, and what do you think those soldiers are gonna do?"
Yes.
And I mean, he's correct, which is what makes it doubly like dangerous that he is inciting this. So yeah, Garma the entire time is like, Char, I'm not sure about all of this. And he's like, don't you want to change the gears of history with your own two hands?
Oh, and Char says that when Garma offers to get Dozel involved, which would be very bad for Char, probably.
Yeah.
If Dozel went along with it, which I doubt.
Dozel would just not go along with it, right?
No, I don't think so.
Think about the way Char is talking to him in this sequence, though, is not really like intimidating, but more like seducing him. The way it's framed.
It's like Dio and Abdul.
Very, very much, actually. So yeah, he eventually manages to convince not just Garma, but literally the entire group that he's in.
Really, he only needs to convince Garma. After that, everyone else.
He convinced Garma, who then would convince everybody else.
Yeah. So he gets his whole crew together here. The one lady that we get focused on, I don't know her name.
Zena.
Zena Mia, was that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zena Mia.
She's given the task of distracting Dozel.
Yeah, this is kind of fucked up because she's in the first Gundam as Dozel's wife.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a weird... Yeah, I don't like this backstory they've constructed here.
That's not good. I don't like this at all now.
Yeah.
So after this situation where she points a gun at him, Dozel's like, I'm rock hard.
Yes.
Also, I'm gonna ignore that our age difference is humongous.
Yeah, none of this subtext is in the original series.
I don't like this. Okay, so that's...
I don't even think there's an age gap.
That makes... I mean, I thought the scene was, like, just, like, a nice little bit of, like, playing the diversion here. But now it's very creepy.
It's gonna get worse next film, too.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry.
So, ignoring all of that, we get this bit here before the fight actually happens, where Leno comes up to Char and is like, Hey, man, listen. I know your secret.
Yeah,
I know your other secret.
Okay, I looked
even
up her
bigger secret.
I looked up her name to make sure I knew what I was talking about, and Zena Zabi. Okay, interesting.
Something to think about. So yeah, Leno's like, listen, you're really Casful, right? Oh, I'm so glad you're back, Casful. I can't wait for you to kill all those Zabi. And the entire time he's like, yeah, he's like, listen, you're a little crazy, man. He's like, well, listen, I got you these cool visors. And he's like, huh.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Well, from the Luna Ball. He got Luna Ball visors.
He's like, look, I'll take the visors, but I'm still gonna deny.
Yeah.
So yeah, Char puts on the visors, and the next scene, immediately hundreds of people start dying.
Yeah, they are just... People on both sides are just getting massacred. Char and Garma are doing good work, you know?
Yeah, this is like a very elaborate operation where they're attacking at the break of dawn while everyone's still asleep.
Yeah, they're betting on the surprise angle here, which works in their favor. Char manages to break into the center tower.
We're skipping over a lot. So.
I mean, this is the big fight scene, right?
Yeah, this is a huge fight scene, though. Like, they set up... Char goes in with the jetpack and starts spraying people down with machine guns. And setting up claymores in front of the barracks, so when all the reinforcements come out, they're just killed instantly.
It does definitely feel like Char is doing the majority of the work. in this one, and everyone else is just sort of there to be the meat shields.
He's like Mr. Kill.
Yeah, his kill count is outrageous at this point.
And the Federation sends out a single tank, and Char's like, "Hey, Leno, why don't you go hijack that tank for me?"
And he's like, "Sure thing, boss. Anything for you, Castle." So yeah, he goes and does that, and once he gets pinned,
presumably killing everyone aside.
Yeah, and once he gets pinned down, eventually on his way, where's he going?
Oh yeah,
what's the whole plan after he
Char's
gets
like,
the tank?
"Hey," Char tells him to take the tank and meet up.
And also, they're on like private, like intercom. So like,
Char's like, "Hey, get on this private intercom since you know I'm Castle."
Yeah.
And go down the street. I'll send a guy to be your gunner.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm Castle, and we're gonna do private call here. You know, top secret. This is the only channel
Daddy's
you've got
on Discord, kidding."
Welcome to the secret Castle channel. It's
like,
me.
I'm gonna give you all. All the instructions you need. It's gonna be really chill. We're gonna be like the best team up guys of all time. It's gonna be the best.
And then Char's like, "Oh, hey, Leno didn't take the tank. He's dead now, and the tank is coming. You need to go blow it up."
Yeah, it's wild. So he
this tank gets obliterated.
It gets absolutely destroyed. The entire time, Leno's in there like, hey, Castle? And he gets blown to hell. And Char's just like,
"I'm not Castle."
Yeah, it's great. He's just like, "That's not my name."
Yeah.
So the moment that guy was like, called him out and was like, "Yeah, you're Castle," I was like, "Okay, he's dead. Like, how long till he's dead?"
I have to assume the only reason that guy didn't die right there is because he gave Char a visor.
Yes.
So he was like, "I'll kill you later then," because he gave me these cool visors. So I have a question about Leno and his ultimate fate here. So like I said,
yes.
He first off, I really like this part.
Yes.
Because Char is just an outright bastard. I love it. So he figured out that this was not the Char that he knew from high school 2 years ago. Does that mean he spent 2 years looking into who else could have been at the Texas colony?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why he was able to figure out exactly who he was.
I guess that tracks. I just love that this dude spent 2 years just researching all of this just so that he could... It is kind of like a nice subversion, because you expect him to be a pseudo-antagonist where he's going to be like, "I know your secret, Char, and I'm going to reveal it." And then he's just like, "I know your secret, and I want to help you."
Yeah, it's like, I know your secret, and it's now time for blackmail.
Yeah.
"I know your secret. That's cool as fuck. Let's smash the state."
That's like heavy metal, bro. Like, come on, man, let's smash the system. Let's do it. And he's like, interesting thought. Something to think about.
He says, "We could smash the system, or I could just smash you and then the system."
So yeah, then Char storms the tower. He jetpacks in and throws a grenade in the hallway. He flies past, and you just hear people screaming as they die.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this commander of the whole Federation group here is just watching on the screen as this happens.
Yeah.
Eventually Char enters in and he's like, "All right, looks like I won, right?"
"I've got a gun pointed at you and you don't."
And he's like, "Oh, all right, I guess we surrender." And
honestly, I'm surprised that guy didn't just go down swinging. Because his career has to be over after this.
I mean, after that, it's like a super embarrassing way to end your career, right?
Worse than Pearl Harbor, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you still made that military money.
Yeah. That's what really matters in Gundam. Money.
Yeah, probably.
Yikes.
I would say in the world in general, but yeah, you're not far off. So yeah, we get to the end here. Dozle makes his way out with his wife, I guess. And
yeah, he has a nice moment with Garma, who nearly passes out from stress.
Dozle's like, I love when he figures out that it's Garma. He can't believe it. He's like, "Little Garma did all this?"
Yeah, he's so proud. Happy for him.
He's he seems both proud and like completely like worried that Garma's gonna get killed and he's gonna be blamed for it.
I think he would just feel bad if Garma died.
I guess it's fair.
I think he loves his little bro.
So yeah, Dozle and Garma have a nice little moment. Cue Castle.
The narrator's like, and this would be later known as the Dawn Rebellion because it took place at 4 a.m. This would mark the prelude to the greatest tragedy in human history. Cut to Castle, who's looking at the fire and being like, I like the color red.
Yeah. Great ending. There's some fun credits here, and whoa, what's this? Post-credits sequence.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's this little kid, this scrub? What the hell?
It's Adam Sandler.
Yeah, Adam Sandler is there with his little robot pal who's voiced by David Spade.
Oh, God.
Why do they keep involving Amuro in this program?
Yeah.
Is it like
more Char?
Is it like epic foreshadowing for Amuro being an important guy? Like it would have been weird if they didn't mention him at all? Is that what they thought?
I guess. Like, we really don't need it, do we?
I think it's more cursory in the manga than they did for the films. I think they expanded this a bit.
It feels more fan servicey in a way that like the rest of it isn't.
There's some stuff in the 5th and 6th film with him that makes more sense, as opposed to this, at least.
Yeah, I think it would be... I don't know. It would probably feel less weird if it was just like somewhere in the middle here, but the fact that it's tacked on at the end is like, ooh, here he is, your boy.
Yeah, like Amuro, he's gonna not do anything to the plot.
Yeah. Like, it would have made more sense to have a scene with Tim Ray, and he's like, I've got a blueprint for the new weapon. And then you just see like a label that says Project RX-78.
Yeah, or it would make more sense to have like, who's the guy that Amuro works under in the episodes we watch? Yeah, he's already around at that point, isn't he?
I think he was still being high school at this point in the timeline.
He's that young?
He's like he's 19 in Gundam.
I thought he was like Ramba's age.
That would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Well, he would have to be. I think it would make more sense for him to be Char's age.
Yeah, probably.
Since he's like a.
Also, no Ramba Ral in this movie at all.
Oh yeah, I thought he was going to show up when Giran was going to cancel it.
Yeah.
The program.
A shame. I love that guy. I want to see more of him. I wanted to see more of him just like getting into bar fights.
Yes.
Anyway, that's pretty much the end of it here. We get a bit here where Amuro's father is like, listen, I'm a bad dad, so you have a little robot friend to take care of you when I'm not your dad.
You gotta pull some of your own weight around here, kid.
Hey, listen, 8-year-old. You gotta start pulling your weight. And Amuro's like, whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What were your final thoughts on Dawn of Rebellion?
Oh, this is the best one so far.
That was
the best.
That was a total hell yeah right there.
Yeah, that was. I tell you what, that was a film for the fellas.
Even if there are no robots in this one.
Yeah, there are robots in this one. It's just there's no robots actually doing anything.
There's a fictitious robot.
There's robots picking up trash.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, trash bots. No, yeah, this was. I think I agree, Sarah. This was the best one so far. Mainly because it is Char in full.
Just being full asshole.
Yeah, he is fully Char now,
and we love to see it. He's like the Tony Soprano of anime.
Yeah, pretty much. Enough about fucking Garma! Oh, I gotta hear about the zombies!
Oh, Garma Zombie, whatever happened with him? Whatever happened with him? You sent him into AA fire! What the fuck do you have to bring up Garma?
Oh, here we go, talking about Amuro again. I'm just as good as Amuro.
It's always Amuro with you people.
Who's the Polly Walnuts of Gundam?
I don't know enough about Gundam to make that statement. I apologize.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, I feel like you would know who the Polly Walnuts of Gundam is.
Yeah, I guess we gotta mix once and watch more Gundam Gang. Thank you, I guess.
Yeah, you're probably right. So yes, this is a tune-in all the way.
Absolute tune-in.
Yeah, no way.
The perfect movie.
It's better than Godfather Part 3 confirmed.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a hardcore tune-in for me, folks.
Yeah, this is it's good stuff.
This is better than The Matrix Revolutions.
And hey, I don't think we mentioned it at the top, so we'll mention it here. This episode is brought to you by our Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/TV Tuners. This was a part of a series bought for us by Pfeiffer.
Wait. We got paid to watch this?
That's right. We got a coffee bought for us.
We're scammers.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fucked. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Pfeiffer. We really appreciate it. We're really loving the show. Can't wait to watch 3 more episodes of this.
Yeah, we're halfway through, and listen,
then I guess we'll watch Endless Waltz or something.
So yeah, we got this series all settled and some other stuff down the pike, but you can still go over to buymeacoffee.com/TV Tuners, buy yourself a coffee, and you can request anything that you want us to talk about. Any movies, TV shows, anything you think about. One coffee equals a singular item for us to discuss.
Please don't make us do an episode on the 30 Years' War.
Yeah.
I think it lasted actually for 29 years.
I think the Catholics were in the wrong here.
Well, there's maybe.
There are heroes on both sides.
So yes, they listen, if Gundam's taught me anything, all war is bad.
Disagreed.
I would love to see a mecha show that's a ripoff of the 30 Years' War, and everyone has crazy pantaloons as well when they're in cockpits.
Okay, new Gundam idea.
Yeah, fund it.
Yeah. Listen, if you can do what's better than the 1 year war than the 30-year war. So yeah, tune in all around. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Char.
Yeah.
Betrayal.
You're gonna get that robot soon.
And we'll be back. That's it for this week's episode of the show. We'll be back next week with more Gundams. Until then, keep piloting. Bye. It's over.
I've never betrayed anyone in my life.
Everything is red. It really is a good color, isn't it?
Hey folks, time for the TV Tuners Gundam Fact of the Week. Did you know that Stairmaster's middle name is Treachery?
That's true.